So it like you would have to pit Little Brother against somebody like a Slum Village, North Carolina versus Michigan, and have that battle and let their fan bases, because their fan bases would cross.
I mean, a Ninth Wonder and have somebody play Dilla beats.
Yeah,
you know, that would be great for that.
It's
a lot of potential with this, but like both of y'all point out, the pitfall is that sometimes we miss out on music because the measurement is based on hits, mainstream. It's a lot of mainstream hits.
Yeah.
Whereas certain things might miss out. Now, if they want to take it, like you said, to a level where they might have a Slum Village versus a Little Brother, where it's like we want to highlight the music they brought, the different style, the uniqueness, I think that would change the whole scope, and you could do even more with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, call it underground versus, get the top stars of what we call underground.
I'll give you another one that wouldn't be fair. And this is how that pop appeal kind of makes it feel like rap music has been destroyed in this regard. You could not pit Rhapsody in a versus battle against Cardi B. There's no way. Like, you couldn't do it. Because Rhapsody doesn't have the hits commercially that Cardi B has. She wouldn't make it out. And I'm telling you, I've listened to Cardi B's first album and I've listened to Rhapsody's first album. It's not even close. Like, Rhapsody's first album is so much better. And I love Cardi B's album. I didn't think I would, but I did. So I love that album. So it's not like I'm talking about it being in the light of it being a bad album, but they're not close.
But D, what do you think? What do you guys think about the fact that, let's say they did do that battle? And big shout out to Cardi B for shouting out Rhapsody.
Yes, sir.
A while back, which was a great sister to sister love. And if they did go against each other in a versus, Cardi B may win.
But she would
look at Rhapsody. It's almost like giving a fighter that needs some exposure, that you gonna whoop them, but you want them, they're good, you spar with them, they're overlooked, they don't get the love they should, but they put in work. You go against me, now you're international because you're going against me. You lost the verses, but your album sales and your notoriety is like triple what it was before this battle. I mean, verses could end up being, it might not always be equal fights, but it could be. Now, this is the limitation I would see of verses, being that you're just playing your old songs. That is pretty much what you're saying. It's in stone. It's a hit or it's not. It's known or it's not. Your performance does not give you the opportunity to edge somebody out. If it had more of a performance element to it, where people could say, hey, you got the best album, but did you see how she performed? And she's fire. Mm-hmm. You really can't edge anybody out if you're just playing song for song.
Yeah.
It's hard to, there's no performance element per se, even though Snoop and DMX, they performed a lot of their songs and backed each other up.
Yeah.
Each other's verses, which was really epic, which was great to see. I almost cried on several parts of that.
Yeah.
I hate seeing them embracing
so now there's 3 events that I hate I missed. So there's 3 events that I regret that I missed in my lifetime. One of them was Prince at Essence Festival. 2 was Kobe Bryant's last game. And 3 was the DMX Snoop battle. Like, those are the 3 things I really, really wish I was present for.
Well, they'll put them back up. I think you'd be able to go back and watch them. I think
it won't be the same. It ain't the same. Like I went back and watched Kobe's last game. It was not the same. Like that, because by that time you know what happened. That's what takes it away. That's what takes it away from you. Because now when you go back and watch it, you already know what happened. You know it was epic. You know why people watched it. Now you're watching it to see it, but it's not like that feeling you get when it's new. Like I needed that. I needed that new feeling. I needed that new car smell on DMX and Snoop. And I mean, by new car smell with them, it means weed. It probably smells like weed.
And D, just real quick, the interesting parts with them was kind of their conversation between songs of how New York is the kind of the DLC to the blues, and or the Mississippi Delta is to the blues. It's that soil that if you came up out of that area, you from New York, you know, you always got that home. You know, you're from the capital city of hip hop, and to see Snoop have an admiration for that, but at different points of the battle, big up some genuinely West Coast originated sound and music, and that was an interesting volley back and forth. And you know, New York just has that "I'm second to no one" feel, and
oh yeah.
you know, because they're not, to this day, they're not all that complimentary of other regions. To this day, some of them are, but it's hard for them to give props to. As Rakim said, even other states come right in exact. It ain't where you're from; it's where you're at. They struggle with that. But Rakim tried to help them out. But.
Yeah, you know what would be a good versus battle? D'Angelo and Michael McDonald.
Man, we would need a translator.
Man, you would have to get that whole versus battle. Would have to have one of them little women that stand behind the politicians with doing the sign language. Like like we would have to do it on closed caption television. Man, there's no other way you would know what's going on in that battle. But I would be all for it though. We need to do a see. I would have loved to have seen DMX versus Ja Rule, but that's probably a little too close together.
Yeah.
I can't do a Dr. Dre versus Timbaland. Dr. Dre wouldn't even be fair. And Timbaland got some hits. But a Timbaland versus Jermaine Dupri, though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Think I'm all for that.
Yeah, I wanted to see the Mighty Outcast versus Tribe Called Quest. Only because,
man.
Yeah, well, I always saw Outkast as the southern version of Tribe Called Quest. Yeah. I saw Andre as the franchise player like Q-Tip, just creating different flow for days. But you know, the Joe Dumars of the Detroit Pistons was Phife Dawg, man. It's like he was so solid that and then Big Boy is just like that too. Like you can't double team Andre or Q-Tip because Phife gonna kill you, and Big Boy is gonna kill you. So I like those.
I like those. I like that one too. Here's a good one that I'm sure nobody has thought about except for probably themselves. I would imagine these two people have thought about it. I don't think anybody else has. A good one would be Frank Ocean versus Daniel Caesar. That one would be a good one.
It'd be a lot of slobber. You had to have a lot of water by that's love is You know, that Frank be like, man,
But
someone there. You
here,
know, Frank get lazy on you.
here's a good one that people would probably want to see just so they could squash the beef. Jeezy versus Gucci. Let's just go on and get the beef on out the way.
Only
That's a
if
good
he
one,
do.
though.
Yeah.
Only if Gucci do. Why you wanna leave me? You should. I don't like Gucci. Nah, let me stop.
I'm gonna go super old school and say Curtis Mayfield,
You're a winner.
Isaac Hayes.
But honestly, and this is gonna be my last one. I'm gonna throw in the hat. This is who I would like to see, and I think people wanted to see this even back in the day.
Go ahead.
I want the two queens to battle. Latifah versus MC Light. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm with that.
yeah. And
Let's-
I'll
Give it
take
to me all day long.
I'll take a Far Side versus the Bucktown Boys. With Buckshot Shorty and that crew. I want to see something crazy like that too. Far Side versus the Buck
I love the Far Side.
against the Duck Down Boys. They had similar careers. They were solid, but you know that next level eluded them.
Yeah.
But they were solid. It's a lot of good matchups we could think of.
Yeah. But my favorite group of all time, and I share this with the late great Fife Dog, my favorite group, EPMD. I would love to see them battle anybody. And if you go back,
say EPMD,
EPMD, I just looked at all the hit Gold Digger. So what you saying? Strictly Business, man. You got to chill. Come on, man.
you know
The
who I want to see. I want to see the Isley brothers versus Steve Hightower and the Hot Tops. I couldn't even get that one out right, man.
See the key on that note. We need because he wearing that leopard, and you look at his last few choices.
It's starting to take him over. Yeah.
He in the mood. Next thing you know, he gonna pull out. What is it? What from Black Dynamite? What's the malt liquor?
Anaconda malt.
Anaconda malt. He gonna pull out the anaconda malt. He gonna pull out an anaconda malt liquor. Y'all, that leopard, man. That's why I told y'all, audience. I apologize. When he put that leopard on, he changed. He became Silky Slim.
How about Kendrick versus our brother from North Carolina, J. Cole?
Man, and I'll be honest with you. I would have to score that one like a boxing bout. Like 12 rounds, y'all. I'm gonna have to score this thing because that one would be close. Like that one would really be close. But it goes. I'll go back to that whole thing about the exposure with Rhapsody. Like it would be good for somebody to do that with a little brother or the baby or somebody like that, just to get them the additional exposure.
Yeah.
So they could see it. Now Juicy J and Nas, like I'm gonna keep going back to that. Like Juicy J, I'm taking all of your forms of communication to make sure this doesn't happen. Like this, no, because I don't. That's not gonna be cool, man. Like that's
You
not.
gonna